Hi YouTube, Goddess Lily. Well, I'm working on a closure for a client, and what I want to show you is how I create defined parting. Now, I've only done this for me, and I actually have a defined parting on this wig where I tweezed out some of the hair, so that way the knots won't show. And I'll just kind of get up closely so you can see this one. So this one was kind of like a bad bleach job too, so I actually had not taken any time to darken the net. So normally I usually take a really dark bronzer and darken the net to get out the red. But so let me show you this. This is a closure that I'm working on. It's a long one actually. It's 4 by 5. So I'm working on the top. I'm closing it up and I'm moving into my small needle. And this client, I asked this client if she wanted a defined part. So as you can see, I have, and I'm sure you can see the holes. I started out narrow and I'm going a little wider as I reach the front so it can look more natural. So my question for the client is, I'm leaving basically 2 holes, and so it's a really narrow part, and it's so narrow that I can take the brush and I can actually, you have the option, hold on, let me loosen it up. You can actually brush it out. So you have the option, it's so narrow that you can kind of close it up. Let me move this, trying to move this pink string. So you can kind of, you know, close it up like this. So this is a very narrow defined part. Now I can actually just open it back up. So you can close it up and just spray some hairspray on it, and that would definitely just, you know, keep it back. So you have the option to wear both ways. So I want to know if, you know, you want this narrow one or if you want it a little wider. But keep in mind, with the narrow, you have the option to basically wear it straight back with no part. But if I do make the part a little wider, then you won't have that option. You know, you won't have this option. Hold on, I'm trying to. You won't have the option to basically brush it out the way. So let me kind of show you what I'm talking about. This is my new wig. I have a deep defined part. I have probably like 5 rows that does not have hair. And then so when I put it on, because of course the net is a flesh tone color net, when I put it on, I use a black stocking cap, and then I fill it in with eyeshadow that I'm using that I like. It's called Brown Down by MAC. To me, it's more natural color to a brown to my skin than the bronzers, because all the bronzers I have are kind of dark. So I'm using that eyeshadow to, you know, to darken that to match. So this is the first time that I'm actually doing this for a client, and this actually is my second time doing a closure that's going to be glued. Now normally I don't do glueless, I don't do glued. I'm a glueless person. I don't do lace wigs for that, full lace wigs for that reason. I try to specialize in one thing, and that's that's how you become a perfectionist at it. And my thing is glueless. I like to do things that make closures and frontals that lay behind the hairline where you're gonna leave your edges out, and that's my thing. But I did do one closure, I think it was last year, where I, did the round hairline. The lady was gluing it down, and that was my lady from overseas. I believe it was Amsterdam, and she didn't like it. She sent it back to me, and she did a chargeback through PayPal. So ever since then, I stopped doing closures where you're telling me you want to glue it down. So I have been basically just telling people I don't do those. But I thought that I would try it again, and then go even further and ask this client if she wanted a center part. So you will see the outcome of this. I'm almost done, and I should be done by this weekend with this. I'm doing some really fine ventilating, and of course everything is double knotted, and when I'm using a very tiny needle, the one needle, and trying to pull one strand, it goes a little slower, so bear with me. But it's looking really nice. And I didn't bring the hair in here, but I'll show you the hair when I show you the final outcome of this closure. Okay, thank you for watching.